I'm going to issue a preemptive warning here. I'm about to show you a video that is so outrageously insane, so demonstrably ridiculous, and flat out fucking moronic that if you don't have the tools to fend off a potentially severe holocaust of brain cells, then stay away. If you can't afford to lose a few brain cells here and there, then this video, in all circumstances, is off limits. Having reached a giant audience of people already, this video will have made thousands upon thousands of people thicker than they were before they saw it. Don't let it make you thicker as well, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you.
You know, the age of enlightenment and reason gave way to moral relativism. And moral relativism is what led us all the way down the dark path to the Holocaust.
Let's just hear that back one more time to make sure that I wasn't just going fucking insane.
You know, the age of enlightenment and reason gave way to moral relativism. And moral relativism is what led us all the way down the dark path to the Holocaust.
So if I hear correctly, Penny Nance is saying that scientific enlightenment and reason caused moral relativism. And moral relativism caused the Holocaust. Well, you know, that's sort of reasonable, I guess. I can see where she's coming from. What? You fucking what? Holy shit, that's one of the most insane things I've ever heard. Let's have a quick little recap, shall we? A little history lesson, if you like. Hitler wanted to preserve what he called the Aryan race, who he felt were genetically superior to everyone else. And unless you were a straight, white, tall and muscular German with blonde hair and blue eyes, then you were objectively considered less of a human being by the Nazi state. So the Jewish people, the gay people, the black people, the disabled people, and what the Nazis referred to as undesirables, were all sent off to the fucking gas chambers and executed in their millions. Does that sound like wishy-washy moral relativism to you? Does it? Does it really? And for the record, Hitler used Roman Catholicism to try and get people onto his side. Whether or not he was actually a Roman Catholic himself is possibly debatable, although he did endorse it in Mein Kampf. But the fact of the matter is, religion was a useful tool for the Nazis to gain support. So to say that the Holocaust resulted from a secular ideology is just plain false, especially considering that the Catholic right at the time had somewhat of a fetish for totalitarianism as well. But never mind that. Never mind the fact that there was an amalgamation of a whole catalogue of various different extremely difficult social and economic circumstances that continuously built up to the point of the German people clinging onto an ideological fetish for order accompanied by tribalism and racism, resulting in the creation of a fascist totalitarian one-party state that set out to destroy religious and ethnic minorities. That's just a little bit too hard for Penny fucking Nance to think about, so let's just forget it. Why don't we just blame the scientific enlightenment? Because that makes a lot more sense. It's a lot easier for a thick person to get through their skull.
Dark periods of history is what we arrive at when we leave God out of the equation.
Yep, the Enlightenment sure was dark, and the Dark Ages, well, they were bright, obviously. Is your fucking head screwed on backwards? Is that what causes you to spew such incredibly ignorant bile? I can't believe I even have to say this in the 21st century, but the scientific Enlightenment was wholly beneficial, hence why it's called the Enlightenment, obviously. Thanks to scientific and medical advancement, humans have more than doubled their life expectancy. It amazes me how propaganda outlets like Fox News can still retain viewership in spite of spreading lies willfully and on a regular basis. And if they're going to blab on about how terrible the scientific enlightenment was for humanity, don't do it over the medium of fucking television. Don't have the audacity to complain about scientific enlightenment while simultaneously reaping the benefits of it in the process. That's pure ignorance, evil, and stupidity. If there's anything that sums up Fox News, it's those three words: stupid, ignorant, and evil. And that's because almost anyone affiliated with Fox News tends to be either stupid, ignorant, evil, or all of the above. The people at Fox News need to make sure that their viewers are stupid so that they can get away with rattling off blatantly fallacious and contradictory arguments without anyone batting an eyelid. They need to make sure that their viewers are ignorant so that they can get away with telling lies and falsehoods. And ultimately, the people at Fox News are flat out evil in their exploitation of stupid and ignorant people by using fear-mongering and scare tactics to further a vile political agenda simply for the sake of ratings and profit. And that's why I came to the conclusion that there is a tripartite definition of Fox News. Say it with me, folks. Stupid, ignorant, and evil. And for the people that watch Fox News because they feel that CNN and MSNBC express somewhat of a liberal bias, these outlets do not express nearly as much of a left-wing bias as Fox News does a right-wing one. And as we've seen today, guests on Fox News will take ridiculously socially conservative positions like, I don't know, opposition to the scientific enlightenment, an opposition to legalising gay marriage, a position which only the far-right parties in the UK have managed to adopt. But somehow, because it's become the mainstream in the US, people are now under the illusion that it's somehow a moderate position. Fox News is far right. Are CNN and MSNBC far left? Who are you kidding? Would they have ties to communists? Don't make me laugh. So don't waste your time consuming the lies and deception of Fox News. At least CNN and MSNBC haven't come out and denounced science and reason. Fox News is now literally beyond reason. Why? Because they're stupid, ignorant, and evil.